Right now at 10, no change. A woman charged with first-degree homicide says her bond is too high. A La Crosse judge says it's staying where it is.
And sleazy social media. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul joins a multi-state lawsuit arguing Meta knowingly made its apps harmful to children.
Plus, clarity through the courts. A Wisconsin elections official looks poised to stay in her role after a significant update in court.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
An Unalaska woman accused of killing a child was denied reduced bail earlier today.
31-year-old Josie Dykman faces first-degree intentional homicide charges in connection to the death of 6-year-old Alexavier Pedrin. Dykman's attorney argued to have her $250,000 bond lowered. Her bond was originally $1 million. That was reduced during an August bail bond hearing.
Dykman's attorney argued she couldn't afford her bond. He also requested that she be released to Ophelia's House, which is a program designed to keep non-violent women out of jail. Judge Elliot Levine denied the request, and her next court appearance is set for the month of January. One person is dead after a standoff at a school with Germantown police. Now, according to the Associated Press, Germantown police were called to a middle school parking lot yesterday evening for a person acting erratically. When they arrived at the school, the person climbed onto the school's roof and fired at them. The officers returned fire, killing the person. There were about 70 students and 20 adults in the building during the shooting.
One of the guys ran in and was like, everyone needs to get down. There's an active shooter outside. And we were like, what? He's like, no, seriously, everyone needs to either get in a room or get down right now. There's somebody outside.
Officials say no students were hurt. There were no classes at the middle school today, so the Wisconsin Department of Justice could investigate the scene. Police believe this was an isolated incident. The DOJ says the man had no ties to the community.
Nearly every U.S. state is suing Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul has joined that lawsuit, which claims the company knowingly designed its apps to be addictive and harmful to kids. One childhood family therapist at Gunderson Health System says while social media addiction isn't a formal diagnosis, social media does have an addictive component. He says he often hears kids say they're bored, and social media and screen time are the only things that are not boring, and that's a big concern.
That's a red flag, because life is way more exciting in real time than virtually. It's just not as predictable, and that's the problem.
Ryland recommends that parents with young children hold off on giving their children access to social media until they are much older.
Well, the region has certainly seen some rain touch down in the last day. Let's get the latest updates from Greg.
Yeah, we had some touch of severe weather, but also a lot of rain. Actually, some flood advisories still out there because we have a kind of a stationary area of rain. If you look at the past 24 hours, and a lot of this fell probably in the last 6 to 8 hours. Some areas have pushed 3 inches. Over Trempealeau, we've had 3 inches. Some other areas have pushed 2.5, just north of La Crosse, really. Right now, that band is continuing to push further north, now infecting more Black River Falls and a little bit up to Eau Claire, but overall that has pushed a little bit up further north than it was earlier, but still we got a few showers going on. But otherwise, Eau Claire, just a little bit of a break, but expect more showers. Showers mainly, maybe a few thunderstorms coming in. La Crosse has been fairly dry, but we're starting to see a little bit uptick in the scattered showers. Expect that more. There's your flood advisory just for some low-level flooding and some areas that are poorly drained. Once again, we've also got some river issues to deal with. I'll break down that in a bit. Otherwise, that boundary is beginning to push a little bit closer, but overall not too bad. There's your temperatures. 80, we did push 80, so that was actually very good. We said that, and overall for temperatures to be there, we'll skip that and get right to your morning forecast. There's your conditions there. Light rain, especially early, but then it should actually improve. The same story is for La Crosse. It should be a dry morning commute, but later on I'll break down what to expect in the river levels because we have a couple of concerns with that, the amount of rainfall that we're going to get, all that a bit later.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Greg.
The Wisconsin conservation voters held a meetup this evening for a short hike.
And this group also discussed how efforts toward clean water are progressing.
Development and events manager Philip Gorman referenced the area's PFAS issue, saying it's been an intense time for those who care about conservation and clean water.
There are a few things more important than turning on your tap and making sure clean, safe drinking water comes out of that. So that's just absolute priority for this community.
Although this evening was focused on clean water, the Wisconsin conservation voters also pushed for clean energy, democracy, and voting rights issues. Partnering with the Nature Place, attendees also heard from them and their conservation efforts.
Wisconsin's elections administrator says the state has important clarity after a recent court filing. Now, in the court filing, lawyers for Wisconsin Senate Republicans admit the Senate's vote to fire elections official Megan Wolf has no authority. They specifically write that Wolf is, quote, lawfully holding over as the administrator. That concession comes after Wisconsin's Attorney General sued over that Senate vote. Wolf's term as the Elections Commission administrator expired this summer, and that six-person commission never reached a 4-majority vote to nominate her again. A former conservative Supreme Court had allowed a DNR board member to stay in his role even after his term expired. And so the Attorney General's lawsuit used that as precedent to argue that Wolf can also stay in her role.
A new Republican bill would put limits on write-in campaigns. It's being called the sore loser bill. It would block candidates who lose partisan primaries from running write-in campaigns during the general election. It's a rare situation, but there have been recent examples. Last year, Adam Steen stayed as a write-in after nearly beating Robin Vos in an assembly primary.
The head of Wisconsin's DNR is resigning with a heavy heart after just 10 months in the role. That's according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Adam Payne has given Governor Evers his resignation letter, writing that he needs to spend more time with family. Payne was part of the Wolf management plan process and also pushed for efforts to address the forever chemicals known as PFAS. He had previously spent 24 years as an administrator in Sheboygan County, where he prioritized conservation projects. His last day with the DNR is November 1st, and the governor will search for a new appointee.
State-funded driver's education could return to Wisconsin. A bipartisan bill would provide up to $400 in grants for low-income families to pay for driver's ed. Private driver's ed programs cost between $350 to $650. The bill has already passed the state assembly. The Senate held a public hearing on the proposal today. Governor Evers has signaled he'll support this measure.
A new police officer is joining the team at the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. K9 Oakley will help investigators locate missing persons and track down suspects in criminal cases. Oakley is 7 months old and she comes from Bluegrass Bloodhound in Kentucky. Jackson County was able to get Oakley with grant funding from the Jimmy Rice Center. Coming up, short-lived.
This morning, Tom Emmer won the most votes to become the new House Speaker nominee. But by the afternoon, his candidacy was over.
Won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
They have state-of-the-art equipment. We have state-of-the-art equipment. They have qualified technicians. We have qualified technicians. They can set your appointment in maybe a month. We can get you in tomorrow. They will charge you an arm and a leg. We charge hundreds, not thousands. Sensible MRI, where quality and affordability meet.
With Bygoff and Rohde, you don't just get a lawyer. You get the experience and power of our entire team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and researchers. Bygoff and Rohde, Wisconsin's personal injury law firm for over 50 years.
Israel and Hamas continue their airstrike against one another.
Israel says it has launched more than 400 airstrikes on Hamas targets in Gaza over the past day.
Tonight, President Biden was asked if the U.S. has asked Israel to delay its ground invasion. The Israelis can make their own decisions, was Biden's response. The Israeli Defense Forces dropped leaflets in Gaza offering cash rewards to Palestinians who give information on their whereabouts. while hundreds of thousands of Israeli troops are positioned near the Gaza border for an expected ground assault. The UN Secretary General is calling for a ceasefire, but the Biden administration says right now a ceasefire only benefits Hamas.
This is war. It is combat. It is bloody. It is ugly, and it's going to be messy. And innocent civilians are going to be hurt.
The IDF says Hamas is increasing its rocket attacks on Israel while still trying to cross back into the Jewish state.
This morning, Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer won the most votes from his fellow Republicans to become the House Speaker nominee. By this afternoon, his candidacy was over. Emmer's candidacy fell apart after former President Donald Trump criticized him on social media. Trump referred to Emmer as a rhino, or Republican in name only.
I think we need a Speaker of the House that reflects the views of Republican voters, and Republican voters largely support President Trump.
Emmer's vote to certify the 2020 presidential election put him at odds with the MAGA Republicans. Others say they opposed Emmer because he voted for federal recognition of same-sex marriage. Republicans now pivot to Louisiana's Mike Johnson as their fourth nominee. They'll put him to a vote tomorrow.
Coming up tonight, cultivating community input.
The Washburn Community Garden's future is uncertain. Residents share their concerns with the group who now controls the space.
And yet we're going to see 54 that's your average for next week for Halloween, but it's not going to be anywhere close to that. I'll break down how cold we're going to get. We'll see some snow, and when that rain will stop. All that coming up next on your First Warn Weather Update.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Home Sale at Slumberland Furniture and one of our best finance sales of the year. Pay no interest for 3 years. Get this stylish sectional for just $7.99, up to 50% off, only at Slumberland Furniture.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with the Turbo Max engine. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Get 50% off lists during the Big Fall Mattress Sale at Slumberland. Incredible deals like a twin mattress for just $99, or our own private brand Slumbercrest as low as $299, plus Sealy Posturepedic mattresses marked way down, only at Slumberland.
The 2023 Fall Home Show going on now at the Board Store Home Improvements. High quality at a low price on windows and doors, kitchens and bathrooms, siding, decks, sunrooms, and flooring. Don't miss it.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A local real estate company held an open house tonight to discuss redeveloping a beloved La Crosse garden. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us now with the latest. Jeremy?
Ken and Emily, neighbors didn't hold back. Tonight they came to the American Legion in La Crosse with mixed reactions on losing some of their garden.
A neighborhood staple could soon look different.
For more than 10 years, residents have used Washburn Garden. Now, 360 Real Estate Solutions wants to redevelop some of it and turn part of the garden into housing. Randy Magno started the garden. He's fine with a portion of it being gone.
We're losing a portion of the garden. We're still going to have about 20 garden plots, which, you know, the more you have, the harder it is to care for.
Right now, the garden is owned by Mayo Clinic. In spring 2022, Mayo decided to sell it after realizing they didn't need the land. After hearing input from locals, 360 Real Estate Solutions decided to use the space to develop more housing.
The top request or top identified need was housing and more housing. And so, you know, this really checks that box, right? Providing medium density housing, which is in alignment with the city's recently adopted comprehensive plan.
Rebecca Hock-Dietz has been using the garden since it opened. She doesn't want to see the garden redeveloped.
Well, it will be very sad for the neighborhood. I think they could develop all the lots along 10th Street and just leave the garden alone.
360 Real Estate Solutions is confident though housing is the right choice, but neighbors are still having mixed feelings of losing some of the garden. 360 Real Estate Solutions hasn't closed on the property yet, guys. Novak, who you saw in the video there, says they hope to buy it by December. Ken, Emily?
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. 360 Real Estate Solutions hopes to start construction next year. Some neighbors, though, are petitioning to save the garden.
Okay, well, we're going to send it over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for our weather forecast.
Yeah, we still got the wet weather continues for tonight, but mainly north of La Crosse, but still the steady rain, really this line that produced some flood advisories and 2 to 3 inches of rain in some spots continues to exist. But right now it's kind of starting to just fade away a little bit, but overall still widespread rainfall. And we're starting to pick up a little bit more. This whole thing's going to begin to sag south overnight, and I'll show that. So more of the areas are there. The bigger concern coming up here later this week now is 2 rivers, the Black River and the other river could be getting close to moderate stage based on the amount of rainfall that we've received so far. Right now there is a warning out for that. It looks like maybe by next Monday, Tuesday, we're going to reach some levels. You might see more of these rivers begin to respond to some of that, especially in that area just north of La Crosse where we've seen quite a bit of rainfall. So that's really the concern here now with the heavy the amount of rain that we have received. So storms tonight, they'll be ending. The morning commute looks fairly dry. We have another chance of rain coming in from Wednesday night through Thursday night. That's another area of significant concern. We could see some more significant amounts of rainfall. And then we have snow or rain showers coming back in the forecast Saturday night and Sunday. And it could be all snow too at some times. The good news with the temperatures, we still got about a couple more days of 60s, then we're going 50s Friday, and then it's back to almost winter type conditions. We're back in the 30s, near 40, and that extends into next week and includes Halloween too. So overall, here's this band. You'll start to see it sag south a little bit over the area throughout the night. By 3 or 4, it begins to push east of Eau Claire and then past La Crosse as we get closer to 6 to 7. So once again, the morning commute, there might be a few showers for areas east of La Crosse towards Sparta. Otherwise, everyone else will probably just see cloudy conditions, some light winds, and really for the whole day Wednesday, that is the main thing we're looking at. It's just cloud cover with some peaks of the sun here and there. And then we'll start seeing showers come back in, but it won't be till Wednesday night when we start seeing another wave lift north. So even by this time tomorrow night, we'll start seeing showers begin to develop across the area, and then it becomes more widespread. So I think Thursday morning's commute will be a different story than tomorrow's one. It should be fairly wet. Here's the Thursday system that lifts north. We have another little system comes through Friday, so we could see more showers. This one is not as strong, but notice as we go into Saturday, the whole front sinks south. We're kind of on the cold side, and we have another little wave that comes up, produces a little bit of snow or rain depending on how things play out. This would be for Saturday night, and then that could linger into Sunday. So that would be our first opportunity to see some snow mixed with the rain or turn briefly all the snow through Sunday. And then as we go into Monday, we get under this cold northwest flow, and you can just see we'll deal with maybe some snow showers as you go further north. But it's definitely going to feel more like the middle of December than what it should be for the end of October as we go with these northwest winds, which will barely reach, you know, up to about the 39 to 40 degree range here. Overall, here's the amount of rainfall that we're looking at right now for the next period. A lot of it's going to start shifting a little bit further south going through tomorrow, but overall we're still looking at another ½ inch to maybe 1.5 inches depending how things play out. But I think the bigger threat will shift south, but still no rain we could be expected that we've had already. Overall tonight, once again, the showers and thunderstorms will come to an end towards the morning commute. Better chance to go further north, more scattered as you go further south of La Crosse. And then as we go into tomorrow, it's going to start basically be dry all day. Temperatures getting up to the mid to upper 60s in most locations, a little bit cooler up to the north, but still above average for this time of year. Generally not going to see any any amounts of rainfall tomorrow, but we could see some peaks of the sun. Overall, that will change as we go into Wednesday night into Thursday as the rain begins to pick up, and that should linger all the way through Friday. We'll start seeing a little bit of temperature drop as we go to Friday, and then a more significant drop as we go into Saturday and Sunday. And overall, once again, once we get to Halloween, it's going to feel more like, obviously, winter instead of Halloween. So, like I said, I showed you the average for temperature. 54 was the average. The low was 36. We will be just above the average low for the high.
Wow.
Just a touch.
Just a touch.
Okay.
Just a touch.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, it's playoff time in Minnesota. A few of our area schools kicking off the postseason tonight. Mabel Canton clashing with Spring Grove for the second time this year. Cougars looking to pull off another upset. Rob's got the action next.
Elmer's Toy and Auto Museum is one of the largest collections in the world and right in our backyard. And soon it's up for auction. Thursday on News 8 Now at 10, an exclusive tour, and we'll tell you how Elmer's children are fulfilling a promise to their late father.
At Doll Auto, buy 3 tires at our everyday low price and get the 4th for free. Plus, you'll still get any manufacturer rebates. If you can find a better deal anywhere, we'll match it. But we'll be surprised if you do. Learn more at dollauto.com. Simple.
Save on your next painting project with 11% off everything at Menards. Freshen up your home with Dutch Boy Forever interior paint. It features Arm & Hammer odor eliminating technology. A gallon starts at $29.98 after rebate. Platinum Plus is an ultra premium interior paint and primer in one that offers a scrubbable finish that covers in one coat in over 800 colors. Pick up a gallon today starting at $36.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Fall is here and the weather is getting colder, so call or go online to schedule your free consultation and get 50% off your new energy-efficient windows from your home improvement company. That's right, your entire window project at half the cost. Our team of trained and certified professionals will ensure your project is done right the first time. And on top of that, we're offering no interest, no payments, and nothing down until 2025. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
With every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The service departments at the Doll Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Doll Auto, simple.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The road to U.S. Bank Stadium starts tonight in Minnesota. A few of our area teams kicking off the postseason will start in 9-man football. Mabel Canton and Spring Grove clashing for the second time this year. Cougars handing the Lions their first loss of the year back in late September. Now the two facing off again tonight with the stakes much higher. First quarter, Spring Grove's Bryce Burns drops back, heaves it up to Braden Soley in the end zone. Just like that, Lions go up 6. Same score early second, Mabel Canton punting, but the ball is going to be muffed by the Lions return man. Cougars' Isaac Underbach is going to recover it. Huge play for the visitors. Ensuing possession, Caden Tallisfrud gets the direct snap, slips by defenders on his way to the end zone. We're tied at 6. Lions respond fast. Jackson Strinman coming out of the backfield, making defender after defender miss. Going to have to speed this one up because the senior covers a lot of ground on his way to the end zone. Incredible effort. Lions back up by 6. Late in the half now. Lions looking for more. Strinman making defenders miss as he gets all the way to the 1. But Mabel Canton's defense coming up with big stop after stop to keep it a one-score game at the half. Second half now. First play on offense. Strinman again taking off from the backfield in a big way. Slipping tackles, making plays, turning on the Jets. 84 yards later, he's in the end zone. Spring Grove wins it 32-6. Lions travel to Leroy Ostrander on Saturday. Staying with 9-player action, let's go to Houston. Hurricanes hosting Southland. The boys in red coming out red hot. Zach Olson gets the rock. The junior races to the pylon. He's in for the score. What a play by Olson. Hurricanes strike first. It's 8-0. Rebels respond, though. Second quarter now. Austin Swenson is going to go straight up the gut. That's good for 6. Southland goes for 2, ties the game at 8. But the Hurricanes go to their bag of tricks. It's Olsen this time airing it out. Lee Klunder stretches out to haul it in. Big time play, moves the chains for Houston. Then a couple plays later, Hurricanes knocking on the door. They're going to punch it in. Houston caps off the drive with another touchdown. Home team goes up 16-8. Rebels looking to answer right back, though. Late second quarter, Hurricanes looking for a big stop on 4th down, and they're going to get it. The Houston D coming up big. Hurricanes take an 8-point lead into the break, and they are moving on. They hang on for the win, 24-20, the final at home. Houston will travel to top-seeded Kingsland on Saturday. Let's take a look at the other scores around the area. We'll start with the Lancers. What a win for La Crescent Hoka on the road tonight. Lancers are moving on. They take down Plainview Elgin Millville 15-14. Cotter was set to play this evening in Chatfield, but weather pushing this one back until tomorrow night. Ramblers will try again Wednesday at 7 p.m. As for Rushard Peterson, the Trojans season comes to an end tonight. They fall on the road 6-0 the final against Kenyon Wanamingo. We'll stay in Minnesota. The Timberwolves tip off their season tomorrow night in Toronto, but they'll be without Jaden McDaniels. He suffered a calf strain during the preseason, so he's officially out for Wednesday night's game. The news comes just one day after McDaniels signed a 5-year, $136 million extension to stay in Minnesota. 23-year-old was a big part of the T-Wolves' success last season. McDaniels averaging just over 12 points a game, also shot just under 40% from 3 in 79 starts for the T-Wolves last season. And real quick, I just want to mention D-backs are going to the World Series.
Yeah, congrats.
I mean, do you feel better, though, that the Brewers actually lost to the best team?
Right.
You know? That's how I look at it.
That's how we were just talking about that behind the scenes with Colton. Every team the Brewers have lost to, every time they make the postseason, they end up going to the World Series.
And
so
the last
trend
time
continues.
they did, the Milwaukee Brewers manager played on that team, the Diamondbacks, 22 years ago.
22 years ago.
I just learned that.
Soon to be manager of the New York Mets.
We'll see.
If rumors have anything to be true.
We'll go just as far as the Brewers did.
All right, we mentioned the new city alternate jerseys for the NBA at 6.
My
You
top
looked at
3.
them.
Okay,
All right.
I really love the Houston Rockets one because it
Of
says
course.
H-Town.
Mhm,
I
of
like
course.
the New York Knicks one, and I'm going to go with you. I liked the Bucks one.
Really?
Did you like that one?
It was okay. I don't like the neon on the shoulders.
I liked the neon on the
Really?
shoulders. That's what caught me.
Yin and yang over here, Rob.
I can't participate. I'm a traditionalist. Give me those 80s and 90s jerseys.
Yeah, that's right. Hit the nostalgia. We'll be right back after this.
Introducing Hy-Vee Perks prices. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H Perks price only $1.99. Sugar, H Perks price $2.88. And Charmin 12 Mega Rolls, H Perks price $13.97. Make the switch or sign up today. It's free and easy.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for adventure, on or off-road. Get great deals on our capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer, Ford Bronco Sport, and Ford Edge, all designed with technology to give you confidence on the road. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer. SUV season will end soon. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's the Bobby Bones Show.
Get your morning started right. She says my boyfriend can't stand that I listen to the show. He would rather I spend time with him.
That's crazy.
Oh, just dump him.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
A pork chop.
Of course you do.
Yes!
A woman donated a kidney to a complete stranger all because of a Facebook post.
You're gonna walk away feeling better than you did before. Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
It's the biggest event in King Furniture's history, a complete and total liquidation of all in-stock items in our store. Shop over $2 million of quality name brand furniture priced for immediate liquidation. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to save as never before on living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, and more. When each and every piece of furniture has been sold, King Furniture will shut down for 30 to 60 days for a complete and total renovation. Don't miss the King Furniture Total Liquidation Sale going on now.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Honeycrisp apples, $1.68 a pound. Tombstone, Jack Smacks, or Rising Crust, or DiGiorno Pizza, $2.98. And 6-pack Pepsi products, $3.25 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
Students at UWL's College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Humanities have a new space to learn the latest in media technology.
News 8 Now, Shaquille Davis got a look inside the university's brand new Communications and Media Lab.
This is the grand opening of the Communication and Media Lab.
It's a new day at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
We have to keep pace with what's happening in the professional world, and we can help our students do that in this space.
The university is welcoming students to its new media lab. It's a state-of-the-art facility designed to teach students new and emerging digital media technologies, things like podcasting, digital filmmaking, virtual reality, and of course, generative AI. UWL media professor Taylor Miller says students need to adapt to what's going on in the real world.
The idea is to give students a lot of different kinds of experiences utilizing a new media sphere that is changing faster than ever before.
Junior Ellie Davis says she's been waiting for this moment since she was a freshman.
I was told that this lab was going to be opening up, and that was kind of a really big factor of why I wanted to come to UWL.
Ellie wants to be a news reporter after she graduates. She hopes that this new lab will bring her one step closer in fulfilling her dreams.
We are able to reserve time in the lab to work on our projects, so I've already utilized that quite a bit in the last month. I already have been using Adobe Design, Photoshop, so I think that's going to help me a lot in my career.
In La Crosse, Shaquille Davis, News 8 Now.
The funding for the new Media Lab came from the university and the Dean's Office in College of Arts, Social Science, and Humanities.
All right, cool stuff. Maybe she can work for News 8 one of these days.
Yeah, bring her in.
Greg's got a final check of your forecast right after this.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Dear 2030, can't wait to see you. With our 160-point inspection, the best new cars make the best used cars. It's a date, Toyota. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
They have state-of-the-art equipment. We have state-of-the-art equipment. They have qualified technicians. We have qualified technicians. They can set your appointment in maybe a month. We can get you in tomorrow. They will charge you an arm and a leg. We charge hundreds, not thousands. Sensible MRI, where quality and affordability meet.
Dear 2030, can't wait to see you. With our 160-point inspection, the best new cars make the best used cars. It's a date, Toyota. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, after a wet night, kind of a treat tomorrow as we kind of take a break from the rain. So we're looking at 60, especially those temperatures, but then it all changes very quickly as we get towards the end of the week. We're looking at 40s, 30s next week, and once again, October, it's going to be cold.
The horror. 30s.
It always happens. Halloween is always freezing, even in Texas.
We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye.